Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Ironclad run. On this channel, I like my recordings with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. Having a look. Remove a card is okay. The snipe is not happening. Obtain a curse is not happening for me. And I wanted some more power here. All the paths seem a bit sus here. So I go for boss swap today. And we get Calling Bell. What's in the box? Akabeko Meat on the Bone Fossilized Helix is here. I had to take a moment to really let that marinate. That is a extremely good outcome. All three excellent relics, especially on floor 0. Akabeko giving us 8 extra damage with our first attack blade each combat. Meat on the Bone healing us for 12 if we end the fight with half health or less. And Fossilized Helix giving us 1 buffer charge in every fight, preventing the first time we take any damage. So of course we're very happy about that, and we're planning on taking the hardest path possible, as we probably just can get away with it. And the combination of being able to front load so much damage with Akabeko and not care about the first time we get hit will mean that we can just breeze through these early fights here. Take a Thunderclap. It's a multi-enemy attack that can scale with the Akabeko, and it also applies the vulnerable, which is pretty good. A fine attack common. And you are definitely more interested in normal in things that attack multiple times with something like an Akabeko. And Inflame is here. I'll take an early Inflame. Do some strength scaling. Get to remove a card for 7 health. That's pretty good. Could have considered just not playing defend, just striking instead. But that's keep the buffer charge around. Obviously. And we definitely don't want a Brutality that will remove our buffer charge. That would be a bummer. Could take an early Disarm or a Twin Strike for our Akabeko and Inflame. So despite the Disarm being the objectively better card on paper, I do take the Twin Strike only because it's floor 4. Really. The later into the run you get, the less that makes sense. And hit the demon form off of a power pot there against Lagavulin, best case scenario. So we are certainly rolling high in this run at the very start here. And I forget about my buffer charge here for a moment, so I actually make a pretty significant mistake here. I was going to double defend, I was like, wait a second, now you can't block anyway, so this is dumb. I just missed like 30 damage there, probably, or more. Still didn't matter though, got out. Never punished. And we get the option of another Inflame, or a Cleave. And Cleave is pretty good as well, for the same reason as Thunderclap in some sense, and also we'd like to have those big multi-enemy hits, just in case we run into Gremlin Gang or Slime Gang. Very scary. Take the question mark and get hallway fight anyway. The Illusion of Choice. And staring at this hand for a moment, I play Inflame, and then I'm doing a little bit of math to see, do I have to play 2 attacks here to get out next turn or not? And definitely not. In fact, just 2 of those attacks will be enough, I believe. Made it through. And now Immolate is here. Another huge multi-hit, or a multi-enemy hit. And very good in Act 2. There's Slavers and Gremlin Leader to deal with, as well as some other fights. I get a meal ticket as well from the last elite, giving us 15 health whenever we enter a shop. And I had to key the boot there, sorry boot fans. And of course that fight getting owned by the Immolate, very, very nice. And we take a Pummel as well, a nice multi-hit attack for both our Strength and our Akabeko. And I actually want more rewards here. I go right instead for another hallway fight. Feeling so strong now. That was a mistake. Thunderclap Cleave would have been better. they would all be dead right now. But that's okay. Never punished. We have the buffer charge. And now, spot weaknesses here, some more strength. And we are going against a Hexaghost. So we want to make sure we have some strength scaling to not die to that guy. Immolate is good and all, but it doesn't deal 250 damage. Or whatever. And it makes a burn, which can be bad in a longer fight. Seems I'm interested in upgrading Bash here to make sure it's vulnerable the whole time. A little bit questionable, I would say. And walk into a Gremlin Knob here. Thunderclap, Immolate, doing a lot of damage. And of course, won't take this 8. We have a buffer charge, so I can do whatever I want. Inflame Pummel Strike is the most damage. Hope to get out next turn. Done it. We get Bottled Lightning, and we are offered Offering or Feed, both among the best cards in the game. We definitely would love to take this Feed, but we are getting offered a bottle for the Offering. So we can start with it in our opening hand every fight, along with this Akabeko Immolate thing we have going on. Can completely trivialize almost every fight, just offering into Immolate every single fight. So I do take the Offering, just because I can bottle it, probably. Feed is really, really good, and it was tough to not click it. But the Offering is really good here, of course. And we don't even take the 6, because we have the buffer charge. Not that it would even matter, because we also have Meat on the Bone. But I digress. I also upgrade the Offering. The Offering is not the best upgrade against Hexaghost, but I thought I could get away with it. And then, of course, going through Act 2, having that Offering upgraded is insane. So I make sure we draw Immolate on turn 1 every time. So I do 26 instead of 42 because I don't want to make a burn quite yet. May want to use the Immolate at the end for the huge burst. And we also have this Flex Bot just in case, which will be very valuable at some point. But if we have to use it, we will, of course. And wow, that was a very fast fight. It's already dead. Goodbye, Hexaghost. And a second Immolate is here. And if we can just take that and upgrade it, then we are nearly always going to draw Immolate plus on turn 1 with this Offering. And that will trivialize Slavers and whatnot. So I do, in fact, take second Immolate. We're really going to the face here. I almost skipped. But it is pretty good after all. And Coffee Dripper is here. An easy click with Meal Ticket and Meat on the Bone and Fossilized Helix. My god, that's a really good Coffee Dripper. Preventing us from resting at future camp fights for an extra energy each fight is really strong here. When Coffee Dripper is good, boy is it good. And only to elite path, no matter which way I slice it here. So looking at shops and the super elite, which I would love to take. So feeling strong enough that it looks like I'm going to go to the super elite without a shop on the way at all, even though I have so much money. Just because we can get the super elite out of the way right now for essentially no cost, and then go every one Act 3, which would be good. Disgusting unupgraded. So I can break one of the birds, and then defend, take 1. Hope to draw the other Immolate, and a Thunderclap as well. Goodbye, birds. Good fight. So we are interested in eventually finding some block, of course. We can't do this for the entire game. There was a Trugert there, but Trugert's not quite enticing enough yet. We also have to upgrade this Immolate, so it won't be getting upgraded for a while. But we did find this event. Chose to not take the Warped Tongs, as Pain kind of sucks here. Could have considered not playing Offering here, because it's hitting for 21. That's okay though. I definitely was making decisions knowing we have Meat on the Bone, so if I do take some damage, it'll all be okay. And more trash. Entrench is not quite getting there yet. We don't make block at all. Other ones are just attack commons. And could take a curse here, but I'm not interested in that yet again. I'm very averse to curses. If you find success yourself taking curses, good for you. I can't say I have the same experience. And this fight went well. Didn't attack us on turn 1, it's very kind. And Heavy Blade is here, some scaling damage for our strength. We need to have cards that are permanent in our deck that are payoffs for having strength in order to actually scale. Otherwise, we're just going to have this big Immolate that'll do a bunch of damage, but when we get to the big bosses at the end, it's not going to cut it, of course. And Slavers are here, yes. Sweet, sweet Vindication. All my homies hate Slavers. This is the kind of deck where Slavers would go on vacation if you had it, you know, but we got lucky there. That was super elite Slavers as well, right? Anyway, upgrade all is here, that's really good. And we got an Ancient Tea set from the Slavers, giving us 2 additional energy in the first fight after a rest site. And we also found Self-Forming Clay. Whenever we take damage, the next turn we'll gain 3 block per instance of damage taken. Pretty good. Past Me is playing very fast, so apologies if you cannot keep up with the blistering speed. But we have a fast deck. And that's a Watcher moment. Dead on turn 1, goodbye. And some good looking cards here. Evolve isn't doing anything here, but it could in some fights. Shrug is a great solid block card. And Corruption, of course, setting up for later, but we would love some things that Corruption actually wants to play before taking the Corruption. It's a bit questionable not to take Corruption here. I was fully aware of this, but I wanted to take Shrug over it. Can't really argue with that, but it looks insane, I think. We can defend, Shrug, bash. Want to make sure it's vulnerable for later, of course. We're going to be gaining some strength. The Immolate is no longer like, oh my god, we have to play this, because we have this giant Heavy Blade now. And this was actually a mistake. I should not have played that block pop because it prevented us from getting into Meat on the Bone range. So that damage we were taking was essentially free because we were going to heal it back. That's a mistake. Taking Impervious, that's a great card. Actual block. And we did find a shop after all. How exciting. So there's another Inflame here. I'm definitely interested in more strength now that we have a Heavy Blade Plus in our deck. Take the Inflame. Another Impervious is here, which I definitely considered. I was also thinking about, could I possibly go infinite with Sundial somehow? Sundial costs a lot, unfortunately. Discard, move a strike. And there's a Duplication pot here, which is representing so much damage. Definitely interested in clicking on that. Keep your eye out for potions. For sure. In Act 1, early Act 1, you're loving Fire Pot, Strength Pot, Flex Pot, Attack Pot, Explosive Pot. And then as the run goes on, you're looking for those really powerful potions. Entropic Brew, if you have Potion Belt especially, or Ghost in a Jar, stuff like this, of course. Duplication Pot is any card you want in your deck. Play it again. It's beautiful. So do as much damage as I can there. And I'm realizing I still can't really block, so this guy has to die quickly here. And killing the minions seems like a bit of a pipe dream. Like, we can't just kill the minions and then him and not be dead in the process, right? We have to kill this thing like now. So use both potions, duplicate a Heavy Blade, get down to 24 health on turn 2. That's a certified Watcher moment as well. And hopefully kill it next turn. And I believe Meat on the Bone has only healed us against the bosses so far, is that right? I may have healed earlier against... No? I think it might be right. And then some decent choices here. We have Akabeka for this Fiendfire, which could have been really good, but we already have the Immolate thing going on. So perhaps not necessary. And Corruption is back. We now have a couple more skills, and it might be my last chance to see it at this point, so, like, sure. We have Impervious and Shrug now. And hoping to find some good cards. Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain, of course. And I don't want Pyramid, it seems. Which is unusual for me. I have a lot of respect for Pyramid, but I already have 4th energy, so I don't want the other energy relic. Seems unnecessary. And I just wanted Black Star for more power. So I need to scale, I think. Keeping these cards in my hand I felt wasn't particularly important. We kind of just smash, you know? It's not like, ooh, if I keep this card around for the right moments, I'll make more impact. It's like, no, play the powers and smash. And we just need to find actual block and good relics, right? So I take Black Star and hope to find a good path. I also was considering we already killed the Super Lee in Act 2, so I could go wherever I wanted this act. If you cannot go wherever you want in Act 3 and you take a Black Star, you could be in for a very bad time. Certainly have experienced myself, you know, only one elite path that the Burning Elite is on. And that it would be brutal. Make sure I block before hitting the Spiker. And Sentinel hit it again. Got there. More trash. Combust unpickable with fossilized helix. Actually, not really. We have bottled offering, but still not very good at this point in the game, of course. And thank goodness we got a shop here. I realized I had enough gold for the shop, so I just got there. And Orrery is here. That's excellent. Dark Embrace is here. Gonna click on that. Bloodletting is here. That looks really good. Double tap seems good. Heavy Blade and 2 Immolates. Definitely clicking on that. 3rd Immolate, but it seems like a bit much, unfortunately. I could have taken Intimidate there, actually. Would have been pretty good. With Dark Embrace now. Strips artifact charges. If I was planning on playing Corruption here, I should have played it before Bloodletting in order to exhaust. Because drawing card here is good. But got fortunate here. Could have killed it either way, but I couldn't have sent the last strike to one of the other guys. Miss a bit of damage. This fight went well as well. We are truly just blasting here. And Flame Barrier seems good now. We got cards that want us to have good skills in our deck. And so yeah, we are really doing the thing of kill all the small and medium health enemies really insanely well. That's our jam, but we are not doing the kill the bosses and block thing. So we have to add cards only for the purpose of doing that. I skipped a 2nd Flame Barrier. Probably would have taken that in hindsight. Would have been fine. Although, perhaps still right to skip a 2nd one. But yeah, we definitely need some more scaling to get through the game. So, interested in taking cards that aren't perhaps not quite good yet in order to make us better later. And True Sentinel Plus, that's why I took Sentinel Plus earlier as well. For finding Dark Embrace, for example. I knew it would be good eventually. Look at it go now. Hoping to find Heavy Blade here. There's double tap Heavy Blade. And Bottled Flame is here now. And another Inflame. That seems pretty good. Any amount of strength for this deck is huge for the Heavy Blade. Plus. And Bottled Flame for Immolate seems good. So now we're always doing the thing in the fights where that matters. It's like not even good anymore. If we found that in Act 2, it would have been insane. But now it's not even clear if we want that to happen anymore. The Immolate on turn 1. It's okay though. And finally, our inability to block is coming back to bite us a bit here. Once we get to these enemies that we can't outright kill on turn 1 or 2, then we begin to feel some pain. And I couldn't play Dark Embrace here because the Corruption and Dark Embrace were drawn at the same time. which is really hurting us here. We can't draw through a whole deck. Made it through though. Could have possibly found a way to take a little bit of damage. Another disarm is really good. That's how you block against the heart, is disarm. So important for that reason. And I know that the minions are going to die to the Immolate without Akabeko, so I use the Akabeko first on Repto. Inflame. That's pretty good. Still hitting us, that's a shame. Definitely could have made minions here. We would have not taken 24, aka actually 12, because we have meat on the bone. But that's okay. And find Eternal Feather, letting us heal at rest sites. And we also found, or healing us even without having to rest, which is very nice. And Bag of Marbles, applying 1 vulnerable to all enemies on turn 1 of each fight. Then we found a Bag of Prep, very nice, drawing us 2 cards on turn 1. Very powerful relic, one of my all-time favorites. We also found a Courier, apparently. That gives a 20% discount on all products at shops. And items restock. Bit of a tricky turn here from Past Needs Protective. I have a double tap charge right now, so I'm going to be hitting for 100, or not 100. I have Akabeko as well. The math is unclear. 54 plus 42, 96 damage if I play Assimilate. But I'm also taking 15 then, and that seems unnecessary. So I decide to not do that instead. Try to power pop, but only find a barricade, which is okay. Ouch. Take some damage here. I tried to draw into a good card, but I whiffed. So I'm considering playing these skills. Actually, it's fine to play block cards because we have a barricade. I should have continued going, to be honest. It was intangible that turn. And I should not have done that, because then I was reshuffling without all 3 of those cards in my hand, and I even drew the Heavy Blade just for a big middle finger afterwards. That could have been very bad. It's okay though, that was a big double Immolate turn. So this fight was very poorly played, unfortunately. But meat on the bone is finally meeting. About time it does something. Kunai is here. Every time we play 3 attacks in 1 turn, we gain 1 dexterity. And Paper Frog increases the damage taken by enemies when they're vulnerable. Definitely pretty good relics there. If we can actually proc the Kunai, it could be rather helpful to help us block. But that's a little bit ambitious at the moment. Poor Slime Boss. This is a Watcher moment as well. Oh wow, do we actually take damage here? Seems not this turn anyway. Not a good look taking damage to Slime Boss in Act 3, but here we are. It's fine though, just a little bit. And Incense Burner is here, and Feel No Pain Plus is here. Wow, those are rewards. So, Incense Burner every 6 turns, we will gain 1 intangible, preventing or reducing all damage we take to 1. And I have been getting that relic a lot lately, and it seems to be the case that I win whenever I find it. It is a relic that is skill testing. It requires you to think about it rather than just some relics that always just do the thing that they're supposed to do. And I perhaps, not to say I use it that good or anything, but I am thinking about it all the time, and that's all it really takes to have a significant impact with that relic. I remember a time where I just had the relics up there and they were kind of doing whatever they were doing, and sometimes I'd be like, oh my god, I have this thing, but It was simply too much information to think about, to process realistically. And now over time I've gotten to the point where I can deal. You can't forget about it. If it's up there and you don't put it on the right number, and you messed up badly. Another Dark Embrace is here, and another Shockwave Plus is here. Really good. I'd probably take Dark Embrace just to make sure I can put it in play. If I draw both Dark Embrace and Corruption at the same time, that would be very unlucky. Definitely should have played Feel No Pain before playing that. But I mean, I guess I'm not taking damage if I kill everything. Oh wow, I'm just going for it. Big bonk. No, I put stuff in play. I probably should have played Corruption. I don't like this anymore. Yeah, what was I thinking? How am I not dead here? And this is definitely the fight where you want the speed from Corruption. This is a good hand, and it's not hitting us, so that's lucky. So I feel now that I have the ability to do Dark Embrace, Corruption, Feel No Pain, and I didn't do it, that's a very questionable. I was still in go face mode. And we get Gremlin Horn, giving us 1 energy and a card, and drawing a card whenever we kill an enemy. And Sharon's Ashes, whenever we exhaust a card, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Pretty interesting. Some good relics there. Gremlin Horn's a bit late, unfortunately, but that's okay. And into Time Eater. How do we kill Time Eater? Disarm is good. And we have Incense Burner this turn. It's a big pummel. That was definitely just cruising here. We are not even a half an hour into this run here. And fighting Time Eaters, so I was certainly playing fast. Not perfectly by any means. It's just kind of how I live my life. My Spire life, anyway. Ouch. That's a lot of damage. There's Shockwave, which actually does reduce the damage it's dealing. But I'm also considering playing Flame Barrier instead. Or neither. Gotta get my powers in play, realistically speaking. Going to meet on the bone range. That's okay. Considering not playing Impervious because it's too valuable, I could just double tap and hopefully I draw something. Or not. Save the skills, take 9. So I'm being very conservative here. I'm making sure I don't accidentally gas out. If I have to take a tiny bit of damage, that's okay. And of course, when I play a skill, it's gone. Gone. Uh-oh. I have to let it split here. And Burner's on the wrong number. That's really not good. I could go for it here. I probably should have. I have 2 draws on each. I could have found double tap for Heavy Blade there and killed outright. I think it was very likely that I get out that turn. But perhaps not guaranteed, and so therefore wrong. If there was any chance that I fail there, then it was wrong. Because I should be able to get out with no damage taken from here. Could play 3 more cards, and then get out next turn. Play the Slimed. Slimed was actually better than Bloodletting there. Unironically. Took 3 damage. For no freaking reason. So considering what powers to play and what not to play, it looks so sus still, I think. like winning this run is kind of unlikely from here. We do have Corruption, Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain, but we don't have a lot of good skills. Gotta play Corruption, it's too strong not to, and it's a bit spooky because it's so early in this fight. Gotta get out though. And we have to do it without playing in Flame, it seems. I'm not interested in playing Flame until the second phase. But I have to play Corruption, Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace. Those are too important. Simply don't do enough if we don't have those in play. Could get out right here, but already full blocking. Could just pass. Actually, not killing here is crazy. How do we not have enough damage? Oh, we do. The paper frog just got us there, but the numbers on it were looking so off. And now we can play powers, the ones that are remaining. Gotta play these in flames. Take 4. So I'm impervious around. I wisely saved that. I saved that defend. I'm not dying here, so keep the defend. Might need it later. I can play Heavy Blade before reshuffling, but then I want to just hit this bash and it kills. Don't even have to care about that. So it got there. And Burner is on 5. That is the wrong number, unfortunately. But that's okay. As long as we get out with it on 4 against the Act 4 Elite, that's what really matters. And 32 minutes into Act 4 here. Probably want to upgrade Corruption or Dark Embrace, just to put them in play more reliably. And we get a shop. Seeing Red looks really good. Pocket Watch is here. It's a bit late. And Limit Break is here. That seems good. I'll buy that as well. So that Limit Break's going to help a lot. Just a bit more scaling at the end here. We can realistically gain, I would say, at least 6 strength from that. It's not too hard. Not doing anything here, though. Whoops. So, I should play Pummel first, actually. Yep. And hoping to outright kill this right one here, but I can't quite get there this turn. Looks like. So, just play Corruption instead. And kill it next turn will be really, really good. That way we don't take this 40 damage. Good draws, really, really good draws here. Wow. Now we don't even have to kill it, but we still would like to, of course. Could consider just passing. Already full blocking, don't need to force it. Should have played Feel No Pain first, that's a mistake. That's okay. And Burner is on 2 right now. Getting a little bit sus here. I passed again. I am fully doing this just because of the Burner, of course. You draw a little bit more to full block. Take 1. Doesn't actually matter, of course. Actually, it takes 0. Never mind. I had the curse. Always forget about that. In the moment of playing, I don't forget about it, but watching, I forget about it. And yeah, Burner's on 4. Found an Anchor for 10 block on turn 1. Ink Bottle. Every 10th card we play will draw us a card. And those are pretty good rewards as well. Burning Pact is here as well, sure. Consider Dropkick as well. But no thanks. And the nice thing about Anchor is the Beat of Death exists, so it lets you play 5 cards for free on turn 1. And considering, do I Immolate and get rid of this buffer charge or not? I actually do. Who care? Yeah, just play all of it. And just playing the defense, keep blocking the beat of death damage. Trying to find strength, really. Can play Pummel for the Akabeko and draws us a card, 2 cards actually. Dark Embrace 1, Ink Bottle 2. Really good Feel No Pain draw. Did a cool 100 damage on turn 1. Not bad. And we luckily got the big hit here with our burner proc. And that's very, very kind of the heart cooperating. And that was a huge mistake. I played Disarm before Inflame, and it actually drew us into a Void there, and that's a big mistake. It's wrong anyway, even if Void wasn't in my deck, because drawing first is just correct anyway. But yeah. Luckily, the disarm itself was all we really needed, as it will be reducing the damage of this multi-hit as well. So we are full blocking the first full cycle here. And our bronze, liquid bronze that we saved till now is blocking for us quite a lot. Damaging myself a little bit here, it's totally fine because we have the self-forming clay. Very nice. And we are actually gaining exactly 6 block from this limit break. It's very nice. I could continue playing cards to find the Inflame if I want to. Bit too ambitious, past me decides. And I double the Thunderclap to break through these artifacts. I kept the second disarm around to make sure I can do it again, as it cleanses the strength minus debuff that turn 4 there. And there's disarm again, play it again. Now next turn it will be a very neutered effect yet again. We have a bit more damage to do, but it is already pretty hurt from damaging itself due to our thorns. So just chilled that turn. Block as much as I need to and pass. And then we get to turn off here, and we even have Burner again in 1 turn. Burner is just so incredibly good in this fight if you put it on the right number. It's true. And if you win a 50-50 as well. It's still good even if you block the multi-attack, but not nearly as good. It hits you for 67 on turn 2, down to 1. That difference is crazy. Burner is quite a relic. And in only 37 minutes, we've done it. So through the power of burning down the building, we have defeated the Spire, of course. Definitely very strong offering into Immolate in most fights, getting us there, and then we eventually realized that we had such powerful front load damage, but we just have to scale, found the good powers, and we won eventually. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.